Hey guys, it's Al from Altruistic Channels, and I'm bringing you a pretty direct download. And I'm going to give it to you essentially the way that it was given to me. And I'm just going to preface this by saying I'm about to blow everybody's tower up. Okay. Now, typically in this scenario, the downloads would come in form, like the elders would be addressing these things. But there seems to be a collective clog. And here's what I mean. And I'm going to give it to you the way that I was downloaded the information. In a meeting that I would only preface by saying that, Michael, I don't know where you are, but Gabriel doesn't enjoy this, and you know it. Okay. What the fuck y'all doing? You claim to be on a spiritual path, and this is from the divine. You claim to be on a spiritual path, yet you're hiding in your house, worried about this illusion, and you're not actually doing anything. All you're doing is sitting on your fat ass. You're not doing anything but eating chips and a bunch of junk food you're not supposed to be eating. You're supposed to be exercising, raising the vibration, doing quality work for the collective, and you act like spiritual gurus and masters, and then you're all sitting there totally panicking about something that does not affect you. The quarantine is for the lower frequencies that are asleep that are making this transition. You are supposed to be doing stuff, aren't you? Now imagine my ass sitting in the middle of that download as I'm basically getting my ass handed to me on behalf of the collective. See, that's one of the great benefits of being in the office of God, is the fact that I just repeat what I'm being told as a communicator. I blew the horn, I told you what to do, and you all sat around thinking it was bullshit. Well, we're in a transition, you're entering a black hole. It's called a quantum leap forward. Either you're getting on or you're getting off. And whatever was yours is going to be reassigned to everyone who did show up for mission. I'm just supposed to tell you that straight out. Emperors and empresses, you're about to become kings and queens again. You're getting demoted if you don't get your head out of your own ass. You're supposed to be doing stuff. You're supposed to be in union with the divine, listening to the command and to what he's trying to get you, or she is trying to get you to do. But instead, you're letting fear interrupt with the fact that you are supposed to be faithful and know that what's yours is yours, nobody can take it, but that I'm just chilling out at home and I'm just going to let this ride and expecting him to, her, or it, hand you something. Well, guess what? Your opportunity is going to be moved to someone else. I've got people that are asleep, that have not been awakened yet, that are doing more work than you are, walking around the neighborhoods, exercising, running, jogging, trying to raise the vibration, while the post office still keeps running, and officials are using this time to confuse you so that you stay inside. And guess what? They get expressways to work. They are not missing anything. Their money is still coming to them, but yours isn't. Wake up. And that's exactly how they told me. Wake the fuck up. Because what's ended up happening is that then you come out, and if you do come outside, you look stupid as hell with that fucking mask on. If you ain't got it yet, you ain't gonna get it, are you? And on top of it, then you're carrying this fucking germ-infested fucking thing on your face, and then you come towards someone like me who is not going to get it, and I'm just looking at you, get the fuck away from me. Because fear begets things to be afraid of, and it brings that with you into my space, and I'm not allowing that. But every day I'm supposed to go out and I'm supposed to clean the energy and I'm supposed to alchemize the energy and do this stuff. And I got y'all who pretend to be spiritual gurus and masters and all this stuff, and you're hiding in your little tents. Well, guess what? You're not going to make this transition. And by the way, the instructions are that in I think it was 24 hours, we're closing the portals. We're going to start shutting the portals through this transition, and you're going to get stuck in this, having to work double as hard in order to get your shit together because you didn't do what the divine asked you to do. Are you faithful or not faithful? That is the question right now. The only people that should be in quarantine right now that are going to struggle through this transition are people who are not awakened. You are awakened. Where the fuck are you? I don't care if you fucking don't like me. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I don't even like you. I'm just doing what I'm being told to do in order to save your ass from your own unraveling and your own self-sabotage. You are stronger than you think. You know that you have gifts. You know that you're supposed to be acting as leaders, and you're supposed to be doing it in a way that does not make them docile. They are getting stagnant air. You're supposed to unclog this artery, and instead, you're acting like a bunch of punk-ass bitches. And I'm just sick of having to deal with it because Michael is dealing with the whole ramifications of all of you going, oh my God, the world's ending, and the world's not ending. In fact, there's more construction going on than ever. There's more people working than ever. It's just you all stuck in your fucking mindsets like, oh, I can't do this. It's going to be handed to me. Meanwhile, my ass is out here literally going, well, I'm going to go into my purpose and into my power. And I'm literally jumping into a homeless state because I'd rather do that than get stuck in your mindset and your big bag of bullshit pretending that you are some sort of leader when you're anything but. Piss or get off the pot. This is Aries. Ariesman coming in. Warriors, where the fuck are you? Send all the hate you want. It's just going to divine. I work for that office. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I've been doing this for too fucking long to sit here and have to pick up the slack because poor Michael, is over here trying to deal with all of you freaking the fuck out. You're his soldiers. And he's like, well, where the fuck are these people? I'm like, well, they're the ones fucking pulling me down, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And so then I have to sit through the debriefing of that shit and have to go through all of the stuff that you're not doing. And I'm just in there like, that's not my office. But I gotta listen. And so then I get to tell you. And so Michael is super sweet. He's actually able, and he's a warrior in that way. And he's been actually molded into handling that. I'm not nice. I've never been nice. I'm never going to be nice. I'm just me. I'm the purity of faith and hope for the world. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let anybody like fuck with me anymore. Like that's not where my emperorship. And now that I'm the empress and emperor, even less likely. And I'm not going to apologize for it. Because at this point, if you are ascending, then you should be showing up for this mission. I'm not going to be nice to you. You're going to do what needs to happen for the divine. I'm not even involved. This is me just literally coordinating the fact that you're not doing your job. Are you in this or not? Because if you're not, we're closing the portals. It's going to get shut. Ask the divine. You better start asking the divine, and you better get in alignment without your fear and your ego involved. Because at the end of the day, are you fighting for life, or are you going to sit there and let life be taken from you? That is your choices. But you're going to be mad at me. Bring it on. Because I'm fucking pissed myself. I'm just looking at y'all like you fucking... What are you doing? You are anchoring the collective in a clogged state and you're not letting it breathe through this process. And just so you know, Aries has a feminine aspect that's trying to break through, which you would call aerial. And you want to know why? Because the song that they played for me in the middle of this wonderful download was A Whole New World from The Little Fucking Mermaid. It is the explanation of what is happening. There is a new queen bee. There is. And it's not how you think it's coming. You see, the energy that's pushing through is the feminine counterpart to the masculine divine. It is the feminine side of Gaia and Lilith that is taking power and joining with their counterpart. And the divine loves this energy so much that it has brought the world, its honeymoon place, to a standstill for you to either get on or get off the ride. Because in the place is going to be two wonderful beings that stand united as one, which we all are. It is an answer to why the twin flames dynamic is so important. And all of you are now feeling very lovey-dovey towards each other, and you've worked all through your little bullshit because now because the divine has chosen his counterpart. And the reason I say that is because you know how the 5D works, right? So what happens in the 5D trickles down. And there are beings on this planet that rose above it, the ones doing all the work that everybody else should be doing right now. And they have been tapped with different aspects to the superconsciousness. And those beings, of them all, one was so pure that it rose above the rest in creation. And it was chosen by the divine to be their physical representation of their counterpart. So the counterpart chose this person. Ariel. Who does not look like Ariel. Think I'm kidding? Ask your guides. It's something. I've known this energy for a little while. Of course I know this energy. Y'all think this is a game. The world has stopped spinning in your mind, and you're not getting it. You're going to miss your opportunity, and it's going to shut down for at least 10 years. It'll take 10 years for these portals to open again. That's where my compassion comes in. I get it. I get that you're afraid. But here's what I don't understand, is what is it you're afraid of? It's just your shadow. It's you. Only you can agree in the end to allow this to take over your life and to then succumb to it in order to exit. That means you're exhausted and you're tired. Are you a warrior, a king or queen, or are you an emperor, or are you punk? Those are your options at this point. You chose to be on the planet for a specific reason, and now that it's happening, you're all freaking the fuck out, and I'm just looking at you going, it's not my baggage. And the Hierophant doesn't do that. And the Hierophant is the evolution of Gabriel, as Michael is also evolving. This is an evolutionary quantum leap forward. Everybody needs to step up into their power if they want to be in their purpose. And if you're afraid that you're going to die, then you're not in your purpose, because then you don't have blind faith, as you should have faith in the divine's plan. So you can't do both. But stop dragging us down. You are fucking up our shifts. What are you going to say now? And start fucking working out. It's a lot harder to transition into a fucking black hole with a bunch of fat fucking people who aren't doing what they're supposed to be fucking doing. Oh, you're mad at me. And is that still not true? You are supposed to be working out and raising the energy, not anchoring yourself down to the fucking swamps and not being able to do it and making it heavier for the rest of us to fucking lift, literally. And you mad at me. Don't care. Get it together. Having said that, the queen bee is a very, very well-balanced physical incarnation. So think of it this way. So the ascending, the masters above are descending, and those that rose through ascension are now joining that and being tapped or being absorbed, depending on what the dynamic is in that relationship. And as they do, the representations of the new world, which is where the masters and all of the creators are coming into, are taking shape, and they're going to be in the physical world. It's a merge, right? We're going through a quantum jump. So we're going from the old world, which was all physicality, and you all knew that you were going to have to transition in order to ascend, and you knew the world was doing it, and now that it's happening, you don't like the way it came, and you acting like a bunch of punk bitches. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there looking at you going, isn't this exactly what you all prayed for? Because I didn't pray for it. I already knew what was coming. I was like, well, it's part of the office. I'm just going to... And so the download came in, and I'm just like, great. And now all I get is literally date after 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 date. And I'm just like, I'm trying to keep up. And I'm starting to send some of y'all to mental spam. I'm just send it there. Just... Azrael, Raphael, where are you? Y'all think it's a game. How many of you are dreaming in black? Where you're not vividly dreaming anymore? Most spiritual people who are at a point where they can even ascend and make this portal and make this quantum leap forward, you should be at a veil that is not lifting, because your destiny has not been decided yet. You haven't stepped into your purpose. Because if you did, you'd be seeing what I'm seeing, which is a bunch of fucking cartoons. Really funky, weird ass dreams. They're kind of badass. Because what are we doing? We're preserving the children. And the children's ability to manifest through this transition is guaranteed. So you should be seeing cartoons. Kind of funny, mine are like 1940s cartoons when I do dream. But for the most part, I see black. And so I'm going to start pointing this out to you. If you're seeing black, then what else in the universe is black that would explain a quantum leap that would stop the planet? And that you were supposed to transition through that doorway. I think it's called a hole, a black fucking hole. And y'all are fucking around, and you're going to miss your opportunity to go through this transition. And by the time that you get through, you're going to have a different experience than if you just would have done what was asked of you. And I'm just going to leave it there, because like the energy, I need to spend a whole fucking at least a couple hours alchemizing this energy that came through. Because I got Ariel and I got Aries, and both of the energies are funneling through me, and the Divine is saying that part, and then Michael is saying this part, and I'm just like, get your shit together. And make this or don't make it, but don't blame anyone else in the future for your inability to do what's asked of you. If you understand ascension, then you know that you should have faith in the divine. And if you don't have faith with the divine, step aside and down. And let the people who can rise through this step up. Oh, there's a Virgo out there that is tethered to my energy. I don't know who you are, because they're blocking it so that I don't say anything dumber than what I'm about to say. You and I apparently are supposed to ride into the sunset together if you make the choice. But here's what I'm going to say. I am transitioning tonight, because otherwise I have to go live in a freaking field through the illusion, and I don't want to go through that portal that way. I want to go through a portal in my bed in love with somebody who loves me back, which is supposedly you. And so we're supposed to be in communication and together in some way, shape, or form. And you're working on something very positive. But you're letting something that has happened in the past between us, which is why they're blocking who you are, deter you from making contact. 504-515-4412. Make the phone call or let go of what you're tethering your energy to, because I can't transition with your ass right there without either a yes or no. Now, whoever you are, I know that we are destined to have a wonderful future. And they're not telling me to what degree, but I'm talking about like an Eden-esque type of energy. Because what you're doing is with your energy tacked onto me, you're making me feel like a penis that has just come out of a fucking condom. And I'm like, any energy that's pure and of love, I'm like immediately like drawn to, because you're tethered to me. So decide, what are you going to do, Virgo? Are you coming on or are you coming off? Because either way, I'm going to love you no matter what. Apparently, from what I've heard, you and I have history. And each time that something has gone wrong, I have forgiven. So why would it be any different now? But I'm telling you right now, I'm not staying for this big bag of bullshit. I'm making my transition. So either come with me and make the contact and make this a real solid commitment that we are going to try this again in this new way, in this new transitional phase, or let it go so that I can focus on my transition. Okay. That is the download. I'm sorry I come across like an asshole when I need to, because I'm a bitch and I've always been a bitch. But I've been trying to raise above the vibration. But where I'm at right now, I have not dropped. My frequency is still very high. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to be nice to leaders that are supposed to be in leadership roles doing leadership things and are not doing it. That changes. Consider it military-esque. That's when the CO comes out in me and I start calling shit on shit. So I hope all the towers blew the fuck up, and I hope you all fucking hate me. Whatever you want to do in order to get your head out of your own ass, to start showing up for a mission and claiming your throne, claiming what's destined to you. Because there are masters that are trying to descend and meet you in the middle, and then you two merge and create empire upon creation upon creation. But they can't do that if you start punking out, and now they can't reach you because you're locked in a fucking cell of your own doing, believing some bullshit that doesn't exist because it's not your destiny, it's not your karmic debt. Get your head out of your ass, start exercising, stop eating so much, and start doing shit. Because they're all putting pressure. And I'm just like, what? Okay. Get it together. What the fuck y'all doing? And that's it. I mean, here's the thing. It is okay to be human, but understand that's just a physical manifestation of what's going on. Look, you're giving me a zit. I'm not playing. Bring it together. And to my Virgo, honey, whoever you are, I'm sure I love you to death, but piss or get off the pot, because you're tethered to me, and I'm feeling you're bringing me in a direction that doesn't need to be, because both of us are at the same frequency, is what they explained to me. But the way that it's connecting, because you're not coming forward, because apparently I've made contact with you and you have not responded. So now you need to just call or text and get this going, so that instead of anchoring us in a negative way down, we can meet in the middle, decide, and then go forward. Because I'm not staying to suffer. I'm not staying through this bullshit, and I'm making my transition with love and delight, because I know I have faith in the divine. And that we are definitely all heading somewhere. And the harder you make this for yourself, the harder it is for the collective, and I'm not doing that. That's what I'm saying. So for me, myself, and I love myself, and my soul loves me enough, ourselves, that we're doing what the divine asks, which is to be faithful and to know for a fact that this is heading to our abundance. That's who I am. Okay? So honey, if you're that person, come with me, because we get what I mean, absolute bliss. But you need to make that decision, because I can't think of any Virgo other than one person, and that person has not responded to me. So you know what I mean? Like, if it's you definitely need to say something. Otherwise, let go of the tether so that I can transition. It's not heartless, because I already love you, and I've already, you know what I mean? Like, don't turn this back on me. This is about you all. Although I mean, you can shoot arrows at me. I'm just gonna be like, and just be like, I don't, not my baggage. The divine's gonna literally go, why are you shooting arrows at him? He's just saying the truth. It is the sword of truth that I'm saying. It's up to you what you do with it. Anyway, I hope you guys actually show up for your missions. I know that there's some of you who did. So much kudos. You have so much wonderful things coming to you. Embrace what you're heading into, and just know that it all heads somewhere, and you will get there quickly, without any suffering, without any drama, without any problem. And your kids are already going, so get it together.